The Oyska story. Wow. Okay, we'll go back to secondary school. I believe I always had it in me because in secondary school I did visual arts, and the name Oyska also was during my secondary school time when we're having a graphic design project, and I was thinking about a name. And a friend of mine just said, okay, why don't you use your initials? And truly, I did. So that is when Oyska started. So anybody from my secondary school year, when you mention Oyska, they will know the person we are talking about. So after secondary school, during our time, you would have to be at home for 1 year before you go to university. So I was thinking about what I could do. So I told my mom I want to do something like hairdressing, something like nails, something that has to beautify somebody. So I enrolled in a beauty school. During that time, that was FC College, and I did beauty therapy. After beauty therapy, I did second level beauty therapy as well. Then I did advanced. Then during that time, our university results came out, so I went to university. So during university, I was still doing beauty therapy during vacation, and then I'll come back on campus. So I remember Republic Hall week, we needed somebody to do makeup for the contestants, and then we're just looking around thinking who would help. Then I volunteered, and I said, okay, why don't I do it? Because already I'm a student, though I'm not qualified, I can still do it. Then I started. So all the contestants that took part in Obapa beauty pageant, that was 2001, I did the makeup. So I would say the passion really started from university. That is when people will come to me, I want to do my makeup when they are going out, so I was doing it on campus. And I was still schooling at FC. I decided to do my national service, which I did. So after the national service, I was looking for a job. I combed around Kumasi, Accra, looking for a job. I couldn't get. So I approached my mother's friend. And truly, my mother's friend helped me. I got a job. 1 year into this employment, I quit because I thought it was boring. I was just the customer service officer, just there receiving visitors and then answering inquiries, telephone numbers, and telephone calls, and then I decided to quit. That was when my mother's friend got angry that he did everything to get me this job. 1 year into it, I just quit. But I'm happy to say that he's really proud of me the last time he saw me. So I started with a salon because at that time I didn't know where to start, how to start. So I decided to start with a salon. So I opened up a salon, people were coming, and then people also requested, okay, can you train my girl? Can you train my house help? Can you train my niece and all that? And I said, okay, why don't I do some form of training? So I started with apprenticeship, that is on-the-job training. People were coming in, then at a point I realized that we've overgrown the space that we were in. Then I believe at that point, I was not thinking about expanding the salon, but rather I was thinking about space to rather teach full-time. So I created a space behind the salon whereby we had just one classroom, and then we're teaching and people were still coming in and out. Thank God, my landlord decided to rent the whole space, that means the whole story. Then I said, okay, I think this is an opportunity for me to do that. But then financing was a big problem because the man needed money. I also didn't have enough to rent the space. Thank God to my mom of blessed memory. My mother also believed in my abilities and potential. So my mother decided to rent the whole facility for me, for which she did. So we started, that is when we got more classrooms, we got more demonstration rooms, and then we started training people. That is 2006. So I would say that in this industry, you have a lot of challenges. So for me, I didn't even know the kind of certification to give my learners after training. So I started asking around as to the kind of certification I should give, what curriculum should I even follow, because I didn't know which curriculum. So I rather was using the same curriculum that I would say I got from my school. Whatever they taught me, that was what I was also implementing. So it got to a time that I decided to ask around so that I would know the right places to get information. And it was really difficult, very, very, very difficult, because I didn't have anybody to ask, and I didn't have anybody to mentor me into the kind of certification I should even get, how to run a business, how to keep accounts, how to even keep records. So I was really struggling with that. Going forward, I got the opportunity to meet a mentor. Mrs. Grace Amiobing, hello, thank you so much. So I approached her, then I asked her that this is what I want to do. How do I go about it? And she really helped me. From there, we expanded, then we added other trades. So the name was Oyska Institute of Cosmetology, but adding other trades, we decided to do Oyska Technical Institute, whereby we introduce garment making, we introduce plumbing, we introduce electricals, and then other people started calling us from different regions as well. So we decided to have a branch in Konongo. So we started Konongo as well, and then we introduced new trade areas as well, and so far so good. We did Konongo, and then at that point I thought, that's the end of the road. I didn't think I'll be facing more challenges. So I would say the first challenge that I would mention would be staff. Now you have the numbers, but now you need more staff. And staff, where do I even start? Now I have loyal staff. I've been with some of them 8 years. But at the end of the day, I struggled to get here. Staff, you need a qualified staff who would understand the system and who would teach and who would also mentor learners at the same time. Some will come in within a month or two, they are out. As to why, yes, they want to set their own business. They think the numbers that they see there, they are giving you the money, so why didn't they also start their own business and probably cash in as you're also cashing in? Apart from staff, the learners as well. I remember my accountant came in and told me that, oh ma'am, you have a lot of money. Then I asked the accountant, so where's the money? He said they are all in debt. So I was asking myself, what are you talking about? People will come to school, they would enroll, you give them installment payment, and then they end up not coming at all. They will start one or two, and then after the third month, they will give you stories. Fourth month, you may not see them again. If you have passion for what you do, you may run your business down because you think you are helping people. But at the end of the day, your business would also suffer from, when it comes to finances. So that's another challenge. So another challenge during my time was accreditation process, and it's the reason why PWTN is here to help with accreditation, because number one, you wouldn't know where to start. The process was also cumbersome, and then moving from Kumasi to Accra was another challenge for you to deal with. So accreditation was a challenge. And finally, competition. Even in this competition, I'm not talking about my colleague, I'm talking about my student. My students were now my competitors. I'm happy to say that. However, I realized that they don't even get the time to finish the training. Probably in the, I would say maybe halfway through the training, they think they've learned everything, and then before you are aware, they are out there setting up their business. And then when somebody gets there, they trace it back to you. So they were my competitors, and they were also, I would say, bringing the image of my company down, since they were not fully trained. So that was another big challenge. Apart from, I think, finances, accreditation, and the student being my competitor, and then the fact that they were bringing the image of the company down, I don't have any other challenge I can think about now. Yeah. As part of PWTN, our mandate is also to have a voice. That is the reason why I'm entreating any professional woman in TVET to share her story. Your story is going to inspire, your story is going to motivate, your story is going to encourage the next generation who aspire to be in the TVET industry, or who is already in the TVET industry. Contact us on the number scrolling on our screen. Follow us on all our social media handles. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.